the vibes, man? It's your boy Okay. We back with another one, and we here on ASSETTO CORSA EVO. And there's definitely been a few updates, as you can see. So basically, from what I've noticed, they added just a few more cars, a few more tracks, and everything. You really know me; I'm cheeseball on the Camaro or not. But I kind of just went back to it just to see what kind of customization they were talking about, just see like exactly what it is that we could do. I'm assuming it's nothing performance wise for real. Like I know we can like adjust parameters and things like that, like tire pressure, suspension, and what have you. But I wasn't really expecting anything crazy performance wise, but it was more so just cosmetics, and I'll still say I was very much impressed. From what I've seen, just the options that they have for me anyway was actually pretty impressive. Something that I did appreciate um when I was customizing the color of the Camaro, customizing the color of it, I noticed that it was pretty simple to just dive into. It was like the way you could just adjust the different facets of what makes up the color. The way you could adjust it was very much like Beam and G. If you ever played Beam and G online, very much like that. So it was just mainly not. It was just easy to dive into. So I pretty much went with like a stealth black look with I want to say like lavender pinkish kind of ambient lights. I did like that though. They had a specific like section for ambient light, so I did love that. I love that. That was very much like that's just intuitive. That's just it's the little things like that. They didn't cheap out and say like, oh, it's an extra trim option or something like that. They actually changed the ambient lights, and they did it correctly. You know, they actually showed all the zones of the ambient light on the dash, the doors. Camaro only has like three sections of ambient lights for real. Almost certain they don't have anything in the footwell, but I could be wrong. But yeah, definitely, I definitely appreciate the cosmetic looks or the cosmetic changes that we could do. I feel like I could have done more to like maybe the brakes, wheels, the hood, because the hood I actually wanted to do a matte finish too, but then I was like, you know what, maybe it'll give it a different look if the hood has like a if the hood has a more how you say like just gloss finish. So I was like, why not? So I left the hood gloss. Um, Driving wise, I didn't notice anything too different in the driving and driving characteristics, the handling and whatnot. I don't know if they made any changes to that. I didn't notice anything too different. Um, I did have to make a few changes in the graphics settings so I didn't get that hiccup or skip or whatever that was. Because you can see I have it at a pretty high setting for the resolution and everything, and I still get really good frame rates. But I just wanted to make sure like everything's running properly as well as it should be, or as well as it could be. Still getting used to the handling. I'm still getting used to the handling of the game. I noticed that like kind of you're not forced, but you're kind of almost having to drive the car on not necessarily the hottest tires. They're not cold. It's just they're not hot. um, I kind of wish there was a way to like just cheat a little bit, like burn out some tires or something, just really heat them up. But oh yeah, definitely feeling what they're doing. Definitely like the customization so far. I want to see if they can add anything else to it. Just changing the finish of the wing. Can we make the wing matte? Can we make it a gloss carbon? Can we tint the tail lights? Can we change the tips to black tips? Things like that. You know, definitely want to see that. Just lost it right here. Can we tint the windows? That's another thing. Can I tint the windows? Yeah, I know it's a racing game and like, oh, it's none of that midnight club street stuff or whatever. But definitely want to see if I could just like tint the windows, something like that, just to make it, just to add like another layer of personalization. I feel like window tint really isn't anything major. There's also a chance I missed that and that's already in the game, but I just haven't seen it. So forgive me if I missed that. Again, definitely like what they've done with the handling. Um, I'm trying to get used to doing more cockpit view because mainly I don't know why. I just like the third person because I like the rear end of this vehicle. Like again, I would never buy one. I can't see out of these things, but I like to look at it. Like Camaros, to me, the Gen 6 just looks so good. It looks so good, and it's just like I don't know. I just really appreciate how they added like just certain details and just added the newest car. So here we have the next. I think we had the Lamborghini and everything. So I just jumped right into that. Did a little modifications to that. They had a lot of the factory colors, man. Like you go to the selector for the body color, they had like like probably like 30 options or something. I want to say maybe 30. It could have been 40. I don't remember. It was a lot of options. I went with like something not too basic, but something I don't think I've seen. I went with like a almost a British racing green mixed with like a real brushed gold look. So not necessarily just green on orange, which has been done to death, but like just a little bit like green on gold. For the STO, there wasn't really too much interior color options that we could do, so we couldn't really go too wild with that. It's not like add personam in real life or something. Um, so that was okay. That was, it is what it is. I still got to figure out how to assign the free camera because like I gotta like drag the screen every time I want to look around the car. It looks crazy. But other than that, I'm loving the personalization. It's definitely in depth. It's definitely in depth. I appreciate just the effort they put into actually giving you OEM options. Like they didn't just say, "Here's how we're gonna do it," and take it or leave it. They kind of just they really like try to give you that feel of you having your own car, you specing your own STO for real, or whatever car it is. Like it's like you're specing it for real. They picked official paint schemes. They have official wheels. Even the color splits. Everything is just very official. Of course, the dash looks A1. Dash looks more than A1. The paddle shift animation, I didn't actually focus on it that much, but I'm pretty sure it looks sharp. It looked good. The sound, the sound was a little. I don't know. I feel like the only reason the sound kind of got thrown off for me is because I guess I messed up the setting for the race, and I kind of raced against like a whole bunch of STOs instead of switching up the cars. So maybe the game was kind of like not struggling, but kind of just thrown off, having to project the same V10 from a lot of different points on the track. So just from all around, you're just hearing the same V10, just making different sounds and whatnot. So I think that definitely threw off the experience of like how the car should sound. But from what I got, definitely still sounds good either way. Whether you're inside the car, outside the car, definitely sounds great. I know for the STO, if I'm not mistaken, I know for the STO you can get a roof scoop option. Like same way with like McLaren, if you do like MSO options on McLarens, like 600 LTs, 765 LTs, things of that nature, or even a 675 LT, and there's a few more for sure. There's an option where you could do like a extended roof scoop or just add a roof scoop, and that would be interesting. Like if they have McLarens in there, if you can add an MSO roof scoop, or even this car, if you could add the roof scoop to it, that would definitely be something interesting because like that's I'm not expecting them to change the sound of like the induction on the inside of the vehicle. That's you don't have to add that much detail. Like trust me, I'll live. But it would just be cosmetically just be a nice option. But again, interior of the car looks amazing. The driving experience from the inside looks amazing. One thing I did notice, the cars understeer. It feels like they understeer less when you're inside the car. Inside the car, it definitely feels like I understeer less in first person. And I know they try to make it seem like it's the same exact handling because it's hard to do that because everything is projected to move at a different rate when you go from first person to third person. So things are completely different. yeah, it's all the same thing when you think it's just a different camera angle, just a different position. But the game really does drive. Like most games, any game you can think of, it really does drive differently when you go from first person to third person. So for this game, I'll definitely say if you want to reduce the most understeer, first person is definitely the way to go. But I feel like a game like this in general is just a game that's supposed to be played in first person. Naturally, I don't really play in first person. It's naturally because I don't just play dedicated racing games. I play games that have cars in them, but there's other things going around where you want to see what's outside the car. But definitely for a game like this, you want to stay first person to get that full fledged experience. But I definitely like what I'm seeing again. These are just some of the new tracks that I was on to make this video. So I didn't mention that both of these tracks are new for two new tracks to the game. Definitely want to just keep giving it a try. I gotta see. I think they only added two tracks. They may have added more than one configuration for them though. So I gotta check that. I just realized there's somebody in the pit over there. But yeah, definitely rocking with this setup. I like what I've seen in this update so far, and I'm just gonna keep it going and just really see what else they continue to add. Man, I'm definitely excited. Still, again, it's an interesting rollout that they did. It's an interesting rollout that they decided to do for the game, kind of just giving out like the half version or half baked version of the game and just updating it as they go, like really just finishing and fine tuning section by section of the game and then just giving it to us. So I'd probably say we're definitely at like a good 30% of the game, maybe. But yeah, I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing. I like the attention to detail. I think they're doing a great job right now. Again, a strange way to release the game, but I like what they're doing. And I'm definitely interested in seeing more. Yeah, definitely like what I'm seeing with this game. I'll definitely say stick around. Stick around just to see what else comes next. Like what are they gonna add to it next? And I'm just giving them a chance because again, I just want to go at it with no bias and just open minded and see what it has to offer. Other than that, you guys safe up, stay sturdy.